Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything. Channel likes try anything, so you don't have to. What we're going to take a look at today, we're going to take a look at a bit of a strange watch from the Casio range. Now this is a watch that it comes up as, if you look at it on eBay and stuff like that, I do see it being said that this is a rare vintage watch. Now I managed to get this for the price of just over £10 really, so I'm not sure how rare or how vintage this is, but I do know for a fact that I did have to clean this watch up quite a lot. I've used Polywatch on the actual case, on the actual watch face here, which is a which I'll talk about in a bit, and also I've had to give it a real good clean, and plus put a new genuine leather strap on there, so which is I'll talk about in a minute. So to kick things off, what I'll do is I'll just talk about the actual design of the watch and the materials used and stuff like that. I'll talk about this, give you the sizes as well, which I've measured using it's not accurate, it's more of an approximate. I'll just show you some of the features of the watch, and then finally I'll pop it on my wrist and talk about what it's like to wear. Now in terms of this, as I said, this is from what I've read, it's a rare vintage Casio, which is a Casio AW-24 with a module number of 2318. Now you can get a module number of 2319, which has the added light function here, or I believe it's here, and this one being the 2318, this isn't lit really, it's got no LED backlight, and I don't think, no, it's got no lume either from what I can see, because I'm just looking at the actual hands here. They're not painted, they are actual see-through. To start things off, this is a resin cased watch, which has, I've placed a genuine leather black strap onto it, which is a 18mm wide strap. And now this is obviously a non-standard Casio, so you know the metal buckle and the retaining straps for the strap, as it were, meant to be genuine leather, and are definitely not a Casio supplied. So I'd imagine this will probably come with, if it originally come with a resin strap, as known a lot of the Casio range. So you know, please discount the actual strap that is on this watch, because it is something I've put on there myself. So in terms of sizes, I've measured it from the pusher to the crown, which is 42mm. Now lug to lug, because I mean this is actually a strangely shaped watch, it is 45 that I've measured lug to lug millimeters. The case thickness is, and it does have a slight dome into to this actual watch face, as it were, is 12mm. So it's not a massively thick watch, but it is, you know, it's not substantial, but it's okay in terms of, you know, it's not too thin and not too thick really. Now obviously what stands out from this watch, other than it having a analog display and obviously digital, is that normally with Casios, which are kind of a dual display being analog digital, they tend to be integrated within the watch face themselves, but this one, they have the actual digital function display at the bottom, so it gives it a kind of a nice inverted tiered drop design really, which is, you know, it's actually quite a nice look to it really, and it's very non-standard for Casio from what I've seen. Now this watch is also powered by Japanese movement. I don't think it has a 10-year battery guarantee to it, or you know, an advisory of that it's going to last for 10 years. But as I said, it is water resistant to 50 meters, 5 bar, and it does have that Japanese movement. Now, as I say, the watch face is unique, really, or from what I've seen, it's unique. It is quite, you know, quite a contrasting white with black numerals, and obviously the hands are black with, and it also has a second hand as well, which is great. You can get this in different colours, where the actual the back of the dial is black, and obviously I believe the hands are silver and stuff like that. So you know, obviously a quick Google search will find that out for you. Now obviously you do have two pushers here, two plastic pushers to the left, and you also have, which is what H set or hand setting, where you pull the actual crown out and you can change. It will stop the actual second hand, and it will change the time as thus, which is like that. So it will change the time as such like that. But Casio does mention in the instructions that I have linked to below, that you need to, ideally, if you make sure you pull that out when it's on the second hand is on the 12, just to make sure that obviously you've got the seconds at naught really. So that's just like a handy little tip to know. It does feature a few elements or a few different things here when you go through the actual modes that this watch does have. So in terms of the actual digital display, currently I've got it sitting on obviously showing you the day and obviously the date. So if you keep finger on that adjust button there, you can change you can change the year by pressing that. It will go up through the years, and obviously you press adjust again, you can change the month and the day. Some of the other functions that you do get on this watch, you do get obviously you can press it once for seconds if you wish to just feature the seconds just within that digital display. Alarm, now obviously this will have a one daily alarm, which again you can keep your fingers on there, or sorry, your finger on there, and if I keep my finger pressed, it will allow you to adjust the alarm as such there. Now I don't have it on any of the alarms because obviously I don't want the alarm going off. I just make sure, and if I press it, again it'll tell me that the alarm is actually off. And then if you press it again, the mode button as such, you can then read the dual time, which allows you to feature another time in another part of the world. Or if you are, say for example, in London, obviously you can have the main time set at what it is now, which is Greenwich Mean Time. And then obviously if you are in another part of the world, you can have it either going hours before or hours behind. So it's a nice little feature there. So if you wanted to travel the world, or you've got people in different parts of the world that you are doing business with or family, then you can obviously easily get the time the time they're going through over there, and just call them at an appropriate time. So it is good for that. In terms of that, you can adjust there by just keep finger on the adjust button. It'll say ADJ, and then you can just go through the adjustments going on there, and it's as simple as that. Now this watch, as I say, it's not got much going for. I mean, there's no, that's in terms of functions. You can obviously, it doesn't have a stopwatch and stuff like that, or a timer, but what it does have, I mean, it does have that nice little dual time function. It does have an alarm. Obviously you can easily read the date and seconds and stuff like that, and it is quite a nice, it's kind of held within a nice little package there. And it has got a case. The case, if I haven't mentioned it, is resin. The usual Casio affair, like a nice resin, which is grey, hence why I got the black strap to just kind of work well with it. And in terms of how it looks, it is it's quite a distinctive watch really. As I say, there's no lume that I can speak of, and there's definitely no light display that I can speak of either. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop it on my wrist and just say what it's like to wear. Now there you go, it is on my wrist there, as you can see. And I've got to say, obviously I am using a non-standard Casio band, so if you do have an 18mm strap that you want to pop on here, like a leather or like a plastic one, or sorry, resin one, then you can do. In terms of fitting, it does feel quite comfortable on the wrist. I mean, obviously I've used a strap that is non-standard, but it does look nice on the wrist. I mean, it's not like very wide for it to bang into the usual wrist test, as it were, going on here. But in terms of looks, I mean, obviously something that just doesn't look like standard Casio to me, and I like it for that, in that aspect, because it does have that nice auto calendar and the dual time as well. And it's something which I would imagine would be a nice little kind of talking point if you are with people who do like their watches, and something that is a bit retro in the way it looks. And obviously it's not old fashioned as such, but it is classic in the way that your dial here is just very kind of simple, especially with the numerals going around here, and the the clearly marked hour markers, and the actual indices that are happening here. It is a very elegant watch to wear really, and it's at a size that just it's not too small, and it's okay really. And what I would say is, if you are you are collecting these sort of watches, then it might be worth a watch adding to your collection. And as I say, I've got this off eBay for just over £10 including postage. I had to factor in the use of polywatch going on here, because it was fairly well scratched, and a new strap which only cost a couple of quid. So probably if you got something a bit more quality on your strap, then it would add to the actual comfort of this. But I mean, for me, it is a comfortable watch to wear. I mean, I can pop my hoodie or my jumper, as it were, over there, and I can't feel the watch wearing it, and it is nice and light as well. So if it is something that you're looking at this a little bit different, away from the usual Casio affair, that will stand out, stand out, maybe, be a bit of a conversation starter between people who are into collecting these sort of watches. Then, I would say, by all means, pop on eBay and go and have a look. Now, what I have linked below is, obviously I've linked below to the instructions that are involved to operate this watch from the Casio website. So if you want to have a look at how to actually use it without me droning on about it, then please do so. And, if you... It's as simple as that, really. There's not really much to actually mention, because it is nice, simple, elegant watch to wear. So I hope you like the review or the mention of this watch. And if you did, then give it a thumbs up. It always helps the channel. And if you want to see more watches, products, cars and the like from the We Try Anything channel, then please click on the subscription button below. And thank you for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.